It's believed that once all
It's a
36
theory.
individuals are brought together, their nullifying field will reach across the cosmos, removing all anomalous properties from existence and making
Make
the world young again.
Alright, this one is by the Exploring series. This one's SCP-001, the Gate Guardian, and also this one's well, the real Scrappy told me to watch the Gate Guardian also. Like this one with the who was it? 343, the god? No, was it? I don't remember. But he commented that when I was watching the Cain and Abel one, or on the Cain and Abel video. But yeah, let's start this one.
SCP-001.
001.
The SCP Foundation contains thousands of anomalous creatures, objects, and phenomena, and this list of SCPs of course starts with number 1. Newcomers to the site will be perhaps surprised to find that there is no single SCP-001, but instead there are currently over 24 proposals outlined.
Damn, I want to see this. Sheaf of papers. The prototype. Okay, there's a lot of them actually. The lock. I know this one. The factory. I know the factory. The foundation. What is it? The SCP Foundation? The children. Is it the children of the Scarlet King? The Scarlet King's right there. When day breaks, I know that one. God's blind spot. Uh-oh. There's a lot of them, bro. I gotta watch these. Okay.
Slot. The reason for this structure within the universe is so that no one outside of the O5 Council know which of the proposals is the true SCP-001.
Yeah, also there's
security. The reason for this
actual
out of the universe
001
is because having the 001 slot was considered special, and it was reserved for something worthy of the slot. The proposals were then first submitted hoping to earn
Crazy
the spot,
that 343,
but at
the
this
god,
point, it's likely that no single
is
proposal
not a part
will
of
ever
the
be chosen.
001 proposal, huh?
While
Maybe
a number
he's
of the
fake.
001 proposals are related to the concept of the fictional starting of the Foundation, just as many of them have nothing to do with the early Foundation. There are far more proposals than I'd like to fit in one video, and likely many more to come, so this video will go over a number of the most popular proposals.
Wait, this is not just one?
The highest rated proposal was submitted by Dr. Clef, titled The Gate Guardian.
Okay.
This proposal describes a massive humanoid entity, over 1,000 feet in height, that stands motionless at a location near the intersection of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. This entity is standing in front of a tremendous gate, through which a pastoral grove can be seen, which include 2 immense fruit trees.
Is it the Garden of Eden?
The entity is seen with its head bowed, holding a large sword or knife, and with a number of bright wings emerging from its back. Any entity, living or otherwise, that comes within 1 kilometer of SCP-001 is attacked and obliterated instantly.
Can't even get
Additionally,
closer.
any hostile action taken against SCP-001 from any distance results in the destruction of the attacker. However, those that directly observe the entity from a safe distance are given a telepathic order that they are compelled to obey.
What's
the
the
most
order?
common of these is forget, causing the observer to walk away and forget their experience. Notably, the founder of the Foundation was given the directive, prepare, leading him to start the SCP Foundation. The Foundation has done some minor testing with the entity, but nothing so far has passed the 1 kilometer barrier. SCP-073 and 076, known as Cain and Abel, both refused to go near the entity, although Cain was ordered to approach, causing some expunged effect and the termination of any further experimentation. Finally, the proposal ends with a transmission that the Foundation received, time-stamped a number of years in the future, discussing SCP-001 leaving its location and an imminent apocalyptic scenario.
Damn,
The
that means you
entity
don't want this
currently
guy
has
to
no
leave that
containment
spot, huh?
procedures, although it is constantly monitored. S. Andrew Swan's proposal, titled The Database,
I guess this is another
showcases a
SCP.
simple and
Oh,
yet
okay.
meta answer for the existence of the Foundation.
I did not know this.
and
I
all
thought that
of the
was just only
SCPs.
the Gate Guardian.
In a nutshell, this proposal outlines the concept that the SCP Foundation attempted to look into a grand unifying theory that connects all of the SCPs in their universe to a single origin. In the process, they discovered that their records would often change on a whim, but also that their reality was changing along with it.
SCP
The reason for
multiverse.
this, and the reason why they halted all investigation into the origin theory and expunged practically all of the data, is that they discovered their
That's a
universe
cool
is
art.
subject to the omnipotent wills of a group of horror writers. To put it plainly, this proposal says that the Foundation discovered that their reality is constantly subject to change based on what the authors of the SCP website
Oh, they're
decide
breaking
to
the
write.
fort wall, huh?
To combat this, the O5 Council have prepared a series of memetic agents that would affect viewers of the SCP database, leading to unconsciousness or death. This proposal is one of the more controversial ones due to the extreme meta nature,
Yeah.
but it does
Very
neatly
meta.
answer the question of where all the anomalous objects come from.
From the
SCP
website.
Locke's proposal takes on a unique format, titled When Day Breaks, alternating between the standard technical
This one's
writing
when the
typical of an
sun like
SCP
pretty much
entry
melts you,
in a
right?
somewhat more traditional
you into a
storytelling
monster.
format.
The
The
light
writing
of the
is in
sun.
the second person, starting with detailing how you followed a distress signal into an abandoned Foundation facility while being hunted by some sort of monster. You barricade yourself in a room with a computer terminal and turn it on. Here we are presented with a proper description of SCP-001, which is now the designation that the Foundation assigned to the Sun after an
The
inexplicable event.
sun.
This event caused light rays from the sun to melt any living organism, including
Yeah.
plants, animals,
one's interesting,
and
too.
humans, into a still-living congealed mass of flesh. Plants can still photosynthesize, animals remain sentient, and humans retain some sapience and memory. But when touching, these masses can combine and blend together into large bulk organisms that drag themselves around.
Melted cheese.
Additionally, any anomalous organism loses their anomalous properties when affected by the sun. An estimated 6.8 billion casualties occurred within 24 hours of this event, leaving the Earth an apocalyptic wasteland. It's implied that eventually all life on Earth will be a part of a single mass of gelatinous
Is
flesh,
that how you make
as
planets?
those affected seem
That'd
to
be
desire
crazy,
to bring
huh?
everything else into the sun's light. The rest of the proposal goes over some earlier logs of some Foundation personnel attempting to survive the
Just
apocalypse.
turning everybody into a
And
blob.
eventually, the reader, you, are dragged out of the facility by the mass and taken into the light. Dr. Mann's proposal, the
I
spiral
like that one.
path,
I like that one.
is incredibly
The
simple on
sun.
the surface. Merely a circular path
The
in a
path?
forest that seems to be continuously uphill
No,
when
I don't
walked
know
in a
about this one.
counterclockwise direction. A fence, some armed guards, and a nearby laboratory make up the basic containment procedures.
Some of this
But
picture,
an
bro.
attached document
picture's
available to
ground-
new members
grainy.
of the secretive O5 Council provides the full story. The document tells the tale of a physicist named Aaron Siegel, who discovered the anomalous gravel path in 1891. Rather than ignoring it and moving on, Aaron decided to study it, finding it to be basically a glitch in our world.
Oh, damn. Okay, this one's
From his
nice.
experiments, he was able to derive new equations, and he began to create inventions based on these new principles. The
What if
first
the
of which
SCP
was a
comes from
key that could open
those?
any lock.
All the anomalies.
SCP-005. He brought in other bright minds to study the path with him, creating the basis for the Foundation, but rather than containing the anomalies, they hoped to use them to better the world. One discovery flowed into the next, and although they started small, they began experimenting with humans and creating more elaborate anomalies. Mistakes were also made, with inadvertent creations also coming out of this period, but they kept moving forward, gaining funding from governments and militaries around the world. As the Foundation grew, the original group of researchers continued to create new anomalies, but created the masquerade of having other people find their creations. Certain individuals from the group split off, forming groups such as the Church of the Broken God.
Still
But the
need to learn
O5s
about
continue
them.
to create new anomalies to better understand what they've done. The
So
document leaves off
you're trying
by
to say
stating that they didn't
SCP
create every
Foundation
SCP
made
held
them?
by the
Made
Foundation.
the SCPs?
Some just appeared in containment, and were always in containment. Like many
Okay.
001 proposals, this one either fits with your headcanon of the Foundation, or it doesn't. Jonathan Ball's proposal, Sheaf of Papers, is another simple
Sheaf.
one that attempts to explain where all of the SCPs come from. The Sheaf of Papers is literally that, a small stack of papers with confidential report on special items, classified, written on the cover page. When the cover page is turned over, a new SCP is described, and sometime after reading the report, the SCP described will be discovered somewhere.
That is
The first SCP
crazy,
described
actually.
was SCP-002, followed by 003, and so on. It's unclear whether or not the Sheaf of Papers is responsible for creating the SCPs in question, or merely notifying the reader
It just
and
spawns
the
them.
discoverer of their existence. Rather than concerning itself with the start of the Foundation, Jorik and Dematic's proposal, 36, more relates to the end of the Foundation. 36 describes 36 individuals of varying ages, genders, and ethnicities. When any anomalous item or phenomena is brought within close proximity of one of these individuals, the anomalous quality is nullified. When multiple members of the 36 are brought together, the range and intensity of this nullifying field is increased. Additionally, when any of the 36 die, multiple anomalous events will occur, along with the sudden appearance of varying dangerous entities. Examples include sudden rainfall containing numerous fatal pathogens, massive walking creatures, and spontaneous ritualistic cannibalism
what makes those
in a
36
widespread area.
special? Like, why do they have
Civilian
this
casualties
effects?
after each of these events are generally tremendous, reaching into the tens or hundreds of thousands. After the death of one of the 36, they are supposedly reincarnated as newborn babies, although the Foundation has yet to prove this. It's believed that once all
It's a
36
theory.
individuals are brought together, their nullifying field will reach across the cosmos, removing all anomalous properties from existence and making the world young again. There are, of course, many other proposals for the SCP-001 slot. Dr. Gear's prototype proposal is simply a dangerous, anomalous humanoid, and is presented as the very first SCP
That looks
the
like a
Foundation
shy
decided
guy.
to report on.
Right? Looks like the shy guy, but a
Kate
little different.
McTirus's proposal, a record, relates a researcher's discovery that anything written in the SCP-001 slot becomes true, and she apparently uses this ability to become God.
What?
The
Okay.
Broken God proposal from Twisted Gears and Cactus goes over an incident in Mexico in 1942, when members of the Church of the Broken God attempted to rebuild their god with a false heart, leading to disastrous results. Bright's Factory proposal is a story of a grim and deeply mysterious factory that continually creates new SCPs
Is it like creates
for unknown
anomalous?
reasons.
Oh man, that one's nice too.
As mentioned, some of these certainly deal with explaining the origins of the Foundation, or
Yeah.
of SCPs in general, and many others are just immensely powerful or notable SCPs. There's no real guidelines for what constitutes a 001 proposal, and sometimes certain SCPs end up as 001 proposals even though the author originally wrote it for some other purpose. The actual first SCP written was 173, posted on the Paranormal Board of 4chan, and is currently the highest rated article on the SCP Wiki.
What is it?
The
Go back.
SCP-001 highest rated
Okay.
article.
Just kept locked in container at all times. When personnel must enter SCP container, no fewer than 3 may enter. At any time, the door is relocked behind them at all times. Well known about SCP is constructed by concrete rebar. Oh, this is the okay. This is the one that breaks your neck, right? Yeah, that's the first one that was made. I didn't even know.
Article on the SCP Wiki.
The statue.
The SCP-001 slot is indicative of the SCP universe as a whole, as so
I didn't
many
even know
of them
that was the first
contradict with
SCP
one
made.
another, forcing readers to pick and choose what fits their personal headcanon.
That's actually
I
interesting.
encourage you to read a number of them yourself to decide which one suits you, but only the O5 Council know which of them is the truth.
Got it? Okay. The Foundation knows the universe we live in is a seriously fucked place. Okay, and just one. Alright, like for me, I think, at least for my headcanon, which I think SCP Foundation kind of like gives you like, tells you to kind of make your own immersion when it comes to SCP. I feel like a true SCP-001, at least for me, should be where SCPs are made, or pretty much the background of SCPs, like how do they exist. And I feel like the ones fitting with this true SCP is the sheaf of paper. Like, it's not very grand, but at the same time it makes sense. It just appears, right? When you turn the page, a new SCP description will show, and then it appears somewhere. Kinda, I like that. What I don't kinda like, something that's like, it's like when one of the proposals pretty much breaks the fourth wall, or like it makes it like, oh yeah, it's only on the website. Whatever's in the website is the real. I don't know, bro. It's just like, it breaks the immersion of it, you know? Hey, I don't know. I just don't like that. But yeah, this one's Exploring SCP Foundation. I thought it was a Gate Guardian, but it was like a bunch of proposal for SCP-001 by the Exploring series. Alright, I'm out.